We have different cultures and stories around the world, but there's one thing that unites us, and that's a good urban legend. The spookier and more eerie, the better. Whether it's a freaky beast in the woods or a prankster from the spirit world, people can't get enough of these incredible stories. I hesitate to call them facts, because, well, they aren't. Or are they? I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 eerie urban legends from around the world. 25. Kuldhara. This village in northwest India is automatically scary because no one lives there. When the sun goes down, you reportedly hear the ghostly sounds of the old inhabitants. So, what's the story here? The legend states that the population moved away after a prime minister made a shocking demand. He wanted to marry the daughter of an important figure in Kuldhara, and he wasn't going to take no for an answer. So, the community ditched their own home to save her from his clutches. 24. Joey the Clown. Clowns can be fun, but a lot of people find them frightening. So a crazy clown living in old Victorian railway tunnels in the UK is pure nightmare fuel. Joey the Clown was said to have escaped the circus and killed a poor baby who suffered a terrible fate when hung upside down in front of a train. The train, the baby, and Joey himself, who ended his own life under the wheels, can all be heard in the dead of night. 23. Black Shuck Dogs. This medieval folktale has become an eerie urban legend in the UK. East Anglia and southeast England lives in fear of the Black Shuck, a mighty canine with eyes that glow red. One of the weirdest things about this is the Black Shuck's connection with electricity. The dog apparently appears during dramatic lightning storms. Kind of sounds like the Gozer dogs from Ghostbusters, doesn't it? 22. The Beansucker. Over in Maryland, you need to watch out for the Beansucker. This name sounds super shady, but trust me, it is very freaky and scary. A 19th century prank artist wanted to spook a couple in a horse-drawn carriage. What did he do? Well, he did the whole boo thing, only he filled his mouth with beans? Okay. Well, he was chased to the railway line by the carriage driver and he had his head knocked off when he accidentally collided with a locomotive. I'm not sure why beans were supposed to be so scary, but a decapitated head haunting the site where Beansucker died? Well, that's truly eerie. 21. Seattle vending machine. Between the late 90s and 2018, people in Capitol Hill area of Seattle, Washington were creeped out by an old vending machine that served drinks from the past. Despite seemingly neglected, the machine never ran out of cans. This strange mystery was never solved because the machine was removed one day. Removed? Or did it vanish into thin air? Who knows? What we do know is that a note was left where it used to stand reading, "Went for a walk." I'm feeling both terrified and thirsty. 20. Highway Guardians. Highway 464 in Montana isn't the place you want to break down. Help will arrive, that's for sure. It just won't be the help you're expecting. 3 guys were said to arrive out of nowhere to fix the problem, which is very cool of them. But there's an eerie twist. These individuals are believed to be ghosts. No one knows their identity, aside from them being good Samaritans with a supernatural vibe. 19. The Look Up Lady. In the Philippines, there's the urban legend of a scary ghost lady with a simple request: to look up. What are you supposed to be looking up at? It isn't clear at all, making this encounter even more unsettling. Where is this lady located? In the female restroom at a university. And if you're thinking that sounds a little odd, then get this. The voice is said to say these words in ancient Latin. Hey guys, just jumping in here real quick to tell you some exciting news. You know how you love watching our videos for amazing facts? Well, what if I told you that you could also have 500 amazing facts in the palm of your hand? That's right, we wrote a book. This one right here. What the facts are you talking about? And you can order it right now and have List 25 right in your library or on your coffee table or wherever it is you keep your books. It's available right now on Amazon, so click the link in the description and grab yourself and friends and family a copy today. 18. Slapper Ghost. If you were cycling along a road and suddenly someone slapped you and made you fall off your bike, you'd be pretty angry, right? Well, if the slapping ghost of the woods is responsible, then you might want to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just be on your way. What caused cyclists to be brutally attacked during a perfectly normal ride? The incidents happened in both the 70s and 80s, years apart. Could it have been a tree branch that needed pruning? Maybe. But a possible supernatural explanation is a lot more fun. 17. The Spriggan of London. The horrifying Spriggan originally comes from West Penwith in Cornwall, England. Referred to as a warrior fairy, the Spriggan can steal children, control the weather, and trick men to their deaths. It's pretty small, but the Spriggan is said to be the ghost of a huge giant. It certainly has a giant-sized capacity for mayhem, so what's the urban legend connection? In the Crouch End area of London, there's a scary park sculpture that scares local children. In the 80s, it was thought a man-goat creature was in Crouch End, and that the Spriggan sculpture is linked to this monster. 16. Crown Casino Tunnels. There's an urban legend from Melbourne, Australia that focuses on the Crown Casino. The country's biggest casino is, according to legend, sitting on an underground morgue which is accessible via a series of passages leading from the bathrooms. Why do they need a morgue? Well, if gamblers die on the premises, they can be taken somewhere to be processed. This puts an eerie spin on the fun and excitement of a casino environment. 15. The Yellow VW. It's common to overtake or be overtaken while driving out on a highway. But what if there was a little yellow Volkswagen in front of you that you overtook, only for it to be smack bang right in front of you again? This is just one of the eerie urban legends connected to the Karak Highway in Malaysia. Maybe you'd want to pull alongside and shout at the driver? Well, you'd get a shock because this freaky little Herbie is driverless. 14. The Ratman. No, he's not some low-budget superhero. This is an eerie figure who's talked about in Southend in southeast England. His origin story is horrifying. A poor old homeless man was brutally killed by kids, Clockwork Orange style. He then went through another indignity when rats turned his face into dinner. Since then, he's become some sort of a supernatural rodent king. Just pray that you don't run into him beneath a tube at night. 13. Jacking Jogger. Save your laughing. This urban legend from Denmark may be exactly what it sounds like, but that doesn't make it any less creepy. The name in Dutch is Deren de Ruker, which sounds better but still means the same horrible thing. Sorry to put that image in your minds, but hey, I don't create these legends, I just report them. 12. The Leg-Shaped Stain. Here comes an unusual and eerie urban legend from Maine, specifically the town of Bucksport, which was founded by one Jonathan Buck. Buck had a witch burned, and then when he died, a stain shaped like a leg appeared on his tombstone. Weird, right? It sounds like a witch's curse, but why a leg? This relates to the identity of the witch herself, who according to the legend was Buck's mistress. She was ejected from the town when she got pregnant, and her son accidentally pulled off her leg when trying to retrieve her body following the burning. The leg-shaped stain never goes away. Clean it off the grave, and it comes right back again. 11. Grootslang. This mysterious and frankly terrifying creature is at the center of an urban legend from the Orange River area of South Africa. It's a snake-like monster that's been spotted since at least the 1860s, moving through the water looking for prey. Accounts of the Grootslang vary, but it's reportedly capable of rearing out of the water and snatching cattle from the bank for lunch. 10. The Oily Man. This figure from Malaysia, called Orang Minyak, or Oily Man, isn't a human so much as a beast. Women, beware, because a dangerous monster covered in black grease may grab you in the night. Reported sightings date back to the late 50s, and Orang Minyak has been described as either wearing bathing trunks or nothing at all. 9. Hairy Hands. Imagine driving along when a pair of hands takes control of your vehicle and causes you to crash. This isn't some weirdo who's broken in your car, but a random set of hands that form the basis of an urban legend from Dartmoor, England. What makes things even scarier is the fact that the hands are covered in hair. Is this some kind of ghost werewolf on a mission against road safety? Well, you'll never look at a hairy-handed driver the same way again. 8. Chinese Bus Legend. What would you do if you were on a bus and trouble broke out? That was the dilemma facing an elderly Chinese woman on a bus in Beijing. She decided to cause a scene deliberately in order to be thrown off at night during a storm. Maybe not the wisest of moves, but hey, it was the correct one. The vehicle, which was heading to a location called Flagrant Hills, went on to crash into a reservoir, killing everyone on board. 7. Jinn. In the United Arab Emirates, a legend persists of the Jinn. Be careful, because apparently this monster has a truly deceptive look. If you see a gorgeous lady calling out to you and she's smelling lovely and has a gold fixation, then you're probably in trouble. Get out of there before she scares you to death with her true witchy appearance. 6. Gjenganger. Deceased friends and relatives are celebrated over in Scandinavia, just like everywhere else. However, this culture also has an intriguing and eerie urban legend about the dead coming back to life. A funeral may feature the guests walking round and round the church. This move is to make sure the dead stay buried. Not everyone dies happy, and those with grudges are thought to get out of their coffins and seek ghostly restitution. The word to describe the threat is Gjenganger, or ghost. 5. The Pont Neuf Serpent. Forget stupid Netflix movies about sharks in Paris. If local legends are to be believed, they have enough trouble on their hands with a giant underwater snake. This slithering predator, which lives under the Pont Neuf Bridge, turns the city of love into the city of screaming and running away. Adding to the eeriness is the fact that it's a nocturnal hunter, as in, you only see the serpent at night. Or rather, you don't see it, as it'll probably have snuck up on you and grabbed you in its fangs before you realize what's happening. 4. Dubai Body Bags. Dubai is one of the wealthiest places on the planet, but it has its creepy side. Like the time someone was alerted to a dumpster which the local cat population had taken a liking to. Why were the cats so interested? It turned out there were a bunch of body parts in bags that had been left in there by someone unknown. It took a dog walker to discover this the hard way when his pooch fished out a foot. And according to the urban legend, that isn't the first time it's happened. 3. Man in a Big Hat. Otherwise known as El Sombreron, this eerie figure from Mexico and Central America looks like a swanky busker and behaves like a deranged hairdresser. Yeah, you heard that right. He approaches unsuspecting women in his enormous hat, accompanying himself with guitar music. El Sombreron then becomes a parasite, attaching himself to the host, and get this, braiding her hair till she dies, presumably of terror. 2. Serbian Hell Well. Some people go to hell early, and they don't even need to have done anything bad. That was the situation a team of scientists from Russia found themselves in when they went digging in Siberia. According to this shocking urban legend, they inserted the microphone into a mysterious cavity they were exploring. The team reportedly heard the sounds of souls going through never-ending torment in Satan's lair. 1. Hand of Glory. What happens to a condemned man after he's executed? Well, you could always chop off his hand and use it as a supernatural candle holder. And that's not the end of the story. The French La Main de Gloire, or Hand of Glory, might also disable your opponent, or unlock a door that can't be opened. How does this even work? We don't know, and that's why it's so eerie. And if you want to see what freaky urban legends exists here in America, then check out our state-by-state guide right here. And I'll catch you next time.